we go. Happy Sunday, everyone. Hope you're all having a great day. Today's episode 38, I believe. I keep on worrying that I'm going to get it wrong, but I just add one number after the last one. Seems like it's simple enough to keep it all straight, right? 38 weeks of going live every single Sunday with you guys, though. This is pretty epic. I like it. I still need to get better at prioritizing. In fact, I wanted to have a lot of the discussion today be about prioritizing and see what you guys think and if you guys have any tips about how you guys prioritize and schedule things and stuff, because a lot of people make fun of me about how, well, just generally, I oftentimes am late, but I don't think that's the biggest issue. It's the fact that I don't schedule things the best, and so I kind of jump all around. Oh, I didn't double check too. I didn't even check to see if this is working. Let me check that before I go on a big old long rant. But hopefully it's working. It says there's a couple people on here, so that's a good sign. Let's see here. Make sure my volume's down. Can you guys believe it's already November? I think this is, my first live in November. Oh, YouTube has an update? Okay, give me just a minute, you guys. But yeah, happy November, everyone. Welcome to the fall season. I already had to rake some leaves out in the yard. Like I said in previous lives or videos, I don't know when, but my neighborhood has a ton of trees, lots of trees everywhere. So with those trees comes a lot of dead leaves, which fall is kind of funny because it's super pretty because of all the changing colors, but literally that beauty comes from everything dying. So I don't think it takes away from the fact that it's still beautiful, but yeah, all the leaves are just dying and falling down and just rotting on the ground. It's kind of a weird concept if you think about it, but it's not opening. Hope you guys have something nice that you're drinking. I got some iced tea with me. It's pretty good. It's like a citrusy leaf tea. I like it. It's pretty nice. My YouTube's giving me trouble, though. Anyone else having trouble with YouTube? It's saying it has a recent update. It's not taking me directly to the video like it normally does, but I'm sure there's a workaround. Also, I'm going live first, obviously, and then Amanda should be going live shortly after me. My live's not going to be super long. I was planning on it just being around 30 minutes today. But yeah, still got lots of fun things to talk about, and if you have a hard time prioritizing and scheduling things, then maybe this will be a good discussion for you to join in on. We can brainstorm some ideas. I basically just want to share some experiences I ran into this week and get you guys' ideas on it. What you guys do to improve it. But before we get started, welcome Leah. Wow, Leah's the first one to comment this week. Thank you. That's awesome. Wow, she was quick. Thank you, Caitlin, Russ, Sarah, Denise. Oh, thank you for the donation, Denise. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. Emily, welcome. Anthony, Todd, Erin, Jen, and Cutthroat. There's a lot more on here. This is awesome. I love having you all here. I try to just give specific shout outs to all the first people to comment on it because they're the first ones that show up, and that makes it the easiest. And I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining and commenting, adding into the discussion. It always makes these so much more fun. I really appreciate that. But so for today, I did have a couple of riddles to start off with because I was like, just scrolling through the internet and finding all these memes and different riddles, and I was like, I like these ones. They're very cheesy, but they're easy, funny little ones as well. But I'm curious who can get these. What has hands and a face but can't hold anything or smile? This was one that I was able to get without having to look at the answer. I'm pretty sure I heard it at some point throughout elementary or grade school or sometime somewhere. But should be pretty easy. Let's see what you guys get. Ooh, yo, everyone got it right. Wow. Yeah, that one's a really easy one. But Mary Flinker. Oh, Diana. Mary Flinker says hello, everybody. I thought she was the one that was the first one to comment. But it looks like Diana was the first one to comment clock. Nice. That's true. It has hands and a face, but can't hold anything or smile. What do you get when you cross a snowman and a vampire? This one doesn't make any sense, but I still put it in here for some reason. I guess I just forgot to take it out. But it's frostbite. That one, I don't know. There's not really any deep thinking or ways to come to that conclusion. It's just frostbite, I guess, because a snowman and a vampire, that happens for some reason. Okay, but what's really easy to get into and hard to get out of? This one should be pretty easy. This one, for some reason, I laughed really hard at this one, and it's just because I've dealt with it a lot, I guess. But I'm sure this one can have a lot of answers, though. It's just something that's easy to get into and hard to get out of. Lexi says trouble. Yeah. Caroline, problems. See, yeah, all of those, I'm sure. Can't read the clock. Trouble. Oh, yeah. Trouble, element, FAL. Oh, yeah. Trouble or a cult. Hey! That could be applied to cults as well, I'll bet. But are cults easy to get into? Because it sure doesn't seem like it is. I don't know. They make you give them all of your money. That doesn't sound easy. They want you to submit yourself to them and basically let them control you. That doesn't sound too easy. Emily says debt. That's a good one, Emily. Yeah, debt is definitely easy to get into and hard to get out of. Especially nowadays, man. They'll give anybody a loan on anything nowadays. It is crazy. I'm working on getting my car loan, and it's just been an interesting process, man. But yeah, I believe it. They go crazy with money right now. And a lot of people are like, what's that called? Just so happy to spend it and go on a spending frenzy. And then they make it seem like, oh, you don't have to worry about the money till way in the future. Flipping, even on just a $5,000 loan, I can literally get that loan and have a 10-year payment plan to pay it off. I'm like, what? The payments can be as low as $90 a month. Some of them even lower than that. And it's just like, wow. I don't know how. How in the world are they? I get it that they make a profit in the end because you borrow $5,000, right? And then after the 10 years or whatever, you're paying $7,000, sure. But $2,000 for over the course of 10 years, that takes so long to reap the profits from it. I don't know how banks just are able to do that and just not care for so long. Like house payments, my sister was talking about I think the average house payment is either 15 years or 30 years, which makes sense because houses are crazy expensive. And I feel like houses are the exception because you just couldn't afford it unless they gave you a ton of time, especially in today's market with houses just being crazy expensive. What are you supposed to do? Just save up for 30 years, I guess. Then you might eventually be able to buy one. But thank goodness for loans so that people can buy houses. But it's still, from the bank's perspective, it seems like it's not worth it. You wait 30 years to get your profit from it. It's like most of the people working at that bank are not going to be working there anymore. They're going to be dead. Might be dead. I don't know. That's such a long time. It's crazy. But student debt till I die. I feel you, Emily. Yeah. College is expensive too. But the thing that I like about college is maybe it's because of the government helps or something to do with state taxes. You can get loans and not have to be super stressed about the interest. Because a lot of the times it's either interest free till you graduate or super low interest. they give you a ton of time to pay those off too, which is nice. I'm very thankful for that. But again, I don't know how they profit much off of that. Oh, another donation. Thank you, Sparkly Popsicle. I like your name. She just says, hi, Eskel. Hi, Sparkly Popsicle. Thanks for the donation. Easy to get into, but hard to get out of. Oh, same with beds. Yeah, that's another one. But I don't know. Once you lay in bed for long enough, I feel like it's really, I enjoy getting out of it. You can't stay in there for too long. But that's a good one, especially when you're sleep deprived. I definitely have gone through phases where the moment my head hits my pillow, I fall asleep so fast. It's crazy. Okay, so there was another riddle I want to share with you guys. I don't know. It's like I didn't find this one on Google. This is one that I would share with people, and like people have shared it with me, and it's like a really complex one and takes a lot of deep thought. So I'm going to attempt to do this. But if it doesn't make sense, just let me know and I can explain it again or try to find other ways to explain it. Because I'm really curious if you guys can get it. Because I heard this like probably a dozen times before they told me the answer. And I was like trying so hard to think of it and understand it. And like it's fascinating. But I think I don't know the real name for it, but I call it like the 3-door riddle. Because there's simply 3 doors. And it's kind of like on The Price is Right or whatever TV shows where they give out prizes or just have something behind one of the doors, right? And the idea is that behind one of those 3 doors is like a car or something great. For this example, we'll just say a car, because something that you want to get, but you just got to figure out the best chances of you getting it. And you get 2 choices to pick behind the door, behind the 3 doors to get it, for example, right? So theoretically, you pick one door and then it's opened. Wait, let me make sure I'm saying this right. No. Sorry. There's 3 doors and you pick one of the doors. That's right. You have to pick one that you think the car is behind. So for example, let's say you say door number 2 out of the 3. So the middle door. And then they reveal one of the doors, right? One of the doors is opened and you realize the car is not behind that one, whichever one it is. For example, let's say door 1 is opened up and the car is not behind door 1. Now you've selected door 2, but now you get the option to switch to door 3 or stick with door 2. What do you do? And for a little context, there is a mathematical, statistical way to figure out what is the best door that you should pick to give you the highest chance of winning the car. And it's a little complex, but I'm going to try to explain after this, but I want you guys to guess. Do you stick with your door 2 that you've picked originally, or do you switch to door 3? And have that be your final pick for what door you think the car is behind. I'm curious what you guys say, because I've heard this many times and I've gone through it and I've guessed both different ways and all different ways and had different reasonings for choosing different ways. And it blew my mind what the answer was, because it seems 50-50. I mean, it seems at first, 1/3 chance. And then after, once you get your second chance, then it seems 50-50, How could there possibly be one that's better than the other? But I'm about to blow your mind, you guys. This one's crazy. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. My mortgage is over 25 years. Wow, Denise. Yeah, well, yeah, that is a long time, but I guess for mortgages, that's very common. I know a lot of people that do that. LOL, I know I love you and Amanda. Aw, thanks, Sparkly Popsicle. Your name's just fun to say. That's a fun one. Hey, just getting here. Happy evening tea Sunday. Good to see everyone. Welcome, Jay Snow. Good to have you here. My mortgage, I have over 10 years, but then I inherited literally half the money for a flat. Oh, sweet. So you got to get out of your mortgage. Well, that's nice. Whether you get out of your mortgage or not, that's cool. Let's make a deal. Has the 3 doors. I had a sad life. Joey, that doesn't go with the riddle. I can't do math, LMAO. I know. I don't even know how the math works for this one, so bear with me. I don't know like the statistical numbers or the actual whatever. I just know and had someone prove it to me that why this is the right answer, basically. Okay, so Denise says stay with door number 2. Go with your original gut feeling and just stick with it. Okay, that's what a lot of people would choose. That makes sense. I would need to see this in writing. I can't even remember half the stuff you said. I know, right? I'm not the best at explaining it, but I'm going to explain it one more time before we go to the answer. It's simply there's 3 doors and there's a car behind one of them, and you have to select your door that you think has the car behind it, and if you're correct, then you win. And theoretically, let's say you pick door 2 and you think, oh, it's behind door 2. But before they open it to let you see, they will eliminate one of the doors, right? And they decide to eliminate door 1. They open it, the car is not behind door 1. Now you can choose to stick with your door 2 or switch to door 3. Which one do you do, right? And Denise says stick with door 2. There's the highest chance of a car being behind door 2. All right? So, let's see what you guys think. I stay with 2. Jay Snow agrees. I have no idea, but applying when my in debt, choose C theory. Okay. My mortgage is 30 plus years? David, you can get a mortgage for more than 30 years? That's interesting. Wow. Haha, Cutthroat Pixie, best answer. Nice. Stay with the original choice. We had something like this a few years ago on Deal or No Deal, the game. 22 boxes, but then at the end there was box 23 where you could double money or half stay with it. Okay, so Anthony says to stay with it as well. Okay, I like this. A lot of us are very in agreement with this. Okay. I lucked out and bought in a housing slump. Not it is freaking crazy here. My house value has gone up by ×4. No way, Denise. So Canada, or I'm pretty sure Denise is in Canada, right? Yeah. The real estate in Canada has shot up too. Because I know real estate here in the U.S. is crazy all over the place too. But that's interesting to know. It's happening everywhere too. I wonder what game don't pick wrong door. Denise Pace, that's cool. Leah Ann says number 3. Lisa, hey Eskel, how you doing, bro? What's up? David, always switch doors. You have a higher chance. Ooh, so David says to switch to door number 3. And then David says, and yes, the plus comes from COVID when I didn't pay anything. Oh, okay, so because of the pandemic. Yeah, I know there's a lot of changes that have happened to these things because of the pandemic. Sweet, okay, are you guys ready for the answer, though? Because, bear with me, I'm telling you, it doesn't make a lot of sense, and I'm not the best at explaining it, but you'll probably have to do your own research, but I'll do my best. But David is correct. You, for some reason, have the highest chance of winning a car if after they reveal door 1 does not have the car behind it, you switch. And instead of going with your original choice of door 2, you switch to door 3. Some way, somehow, that increases your chance of winning the car by like, I don't know, 10% or something. Not a ton, but enough to make it worth it from a statistical perspective. And like I said, I'm not the best at explaining it, but it has something to do with basically when you are very first presented with the 3 doors, it's 1 in 3 chance. So that's really bad at math, but it's like, was that 1 in 3 chance is like 30%, right? No. Be like 35, a little bit more than just 30. But you have 1 in 30%, 35% chance at very first when you select whatever door you have. Then somehow, for some reason, it gets separated. It's as if your door and then the other 2 doors are the other, right? And then between the percentages of those other doors being behind it, the fact that the dealer person or the game show host person, whoever, has to eliminate one of the doors, like door 1, and show that it doesn't have a car behind it, the fact that he has to do that somehow makes the door that he leaves without opening the highest chance of being correct, because he knows what one has it, and so he has to choose one of the doors that does not have it. And so, of course, it's still a chance that both those doors don't have it, but for some reason, it's a higher chance that one of the 2 doors you didn't choose has the car behind it, and he's eliminating the one that it does not have the car behind it. So then you switching to the other one gives you the highest chance of picking the door with the car behind it. That's a lot to say. I hope that makes sense. It probably didn't, but some way, somehow, do your own research, figure it out, and just know that if you switch after they reveal a door, it increases your chance of winning. Not the most useful information, but if you're ever on a TV show and run into this, then I don't know, you'll have a higher chance. And it's just fun. To me, it's fascinating because before I knew the answer, I thought about as much as I could. I was like, I'm going to figure this out. And they told me that there is one that's a higher chance. And it doesn't make sense because you think it has to be 50-50. There's only 2 doors. But some way, somehow, it increases your chances. So, hope that makes sense. Sorry if it doesn't. I'll try to do more research or figure out better ways to explain it. But you can do your research too. See what you find out. Let me know. It's just a fun little riddle to play with. But let's see what you guys are saying. We've been looking at moving for that reason, LOL. My dad wants to move back to the UK, but the housing market there is crazy too. Come on, Leah. You can't leave us? You're going to go all the way to the UK? That's really far. But, I mean, if you get a good opportunity, that's cool. Todd says 33.3%. Nice. Leah Garcia, I live in the UK. It's mental right now, especially near decent big cities. Ooh, are you talking about the housing market? Yeah, I don't know why, but everything's going up. But they do, I mean, a lot of people are saying that we might, be leveling back out here in the next, 6 months to, no, what'd they say? They say we are going to be hitting a type of recession in the next 6 months. And then that housing market and other markets will finally start to come down a little bit. But it's all just predictions and guesses. Each door has a 33% chance. After they reveal the door that doesn't have your chance, it jumps up to 66%. Yeah, so it's slightly higher than 50%. So, Flicker Fade. Oh, this makes sense. He can't choose to eliminate the door you choose. Exactly, yeah. Yep. Does this only make sense in mathematical terms, not practical application? Well, that's the thing, Denise. People's brains just work differently. And so to some people, they would see this and just understand it. They'd be like, well, yeah, okay. With the process of elimination, it would make this one just the highest chance, your best chance to win. And so it's technically it should be able to be applied in practical things, It's just it just, for some reason, man, why am I so bad at explaining this? For some reason, just the fact that what'd they call it? The rule of threes or something? Man, it's just the fact that a door can be eliminated that guarantees that is not going to have the car behind it just changes the outcome. And so, I don't know. I'll have to figure out a better way to explain it, but sure, maybe it is only mathematical, but it still works in, no matter how you apply it. It's not just if you use a certain equation. In any terms, even if you don't do any math, if you don't know what you're doing, if when you're presented with options and you choose one and then one option is eliminated, knowing that that's not the one you want, and you're left with just 2, switching to the other option just would give you a higher chance of getting what you want out of the 3 choices, basically. And yeah, don't fully know how it works. I did have someone walk me through it and explain it. There's this whole video about it if you ever want to take the time to just learn more about it. But yeah, a lot of people have really broken it down and explained it. And I've gone through it all, so I know for a fact that this is correct. And it blew my mind when I first heard it. Because even when I first heard the answer, I was like, bull crap, you're a liar. I was like, no way. There's no way you can change a 50% chance of something and make it 60%. You can't just change it. It's 50-50. And it's well, I mean, technically if there were only 2 doors, but the whole fact of there being 3 and 1 being eliminated changes the statistics. It just does. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. But I did do all the research and found out that is the case. So therefore there's a lesser chance it has the car than the other door. Yeah. See, it sounds like it clicks with Flicker Fade. And with certain people, and I think it's some people use their right brain and some people use their left brain more. With certain people, they'll even not need to hear what the answer is and they'll just somehow know. A lot of people, they will need to hear the answer to be able to connect everything. But some people, even hearing the answer, like for me, I heard the answer and I did not believe it. And it took a lot of explaining. It took watching videos and like trying to do the actual math and stuff for me to be like, okay, I get it now. I see why that is the case. But beforehand, it was just really hard for me to fully understand it and just accept that fact. But that's my favorite to me because I try to have an open mind. And so I love it when things get presented to me that I like 100% fully believe is one specific way. And then my mind is like open to realizing that there is another way. There is more than just one answer or one perspective or one way to look at things. It's like, that's just my favorite. I love discovering new things. I love learning new things. It's awesome. So, anyways, I hope you guys had fun with that riddle. I really enjoy sharing it. This is more confusing than picking which cousin to marry in the order. Well, maybe. Sure. Because in the order you get arranged marriages, so you don't have to think much about it. But I like this. I like when my brain has to be used on overdrive basically to like fully comprehend it or to come to the conclusion or to figure things out. For some reason I like it. It's like exercising my brain muscle, I guess, but it's sweet. Don't worry, Eskel. I'll be sticking around for at least 4 to 5 years, if not longer. Nice. Dang, that's a long time. If that's how long it takes to prepare to move, is that what you're talking about? But that's good. I'm just glad you'll be here for a long time. I'm going to be here for a long time too. In fact, like, I would love to go and visit other places, but I think moving out of the country would be so much work. And then you got visa issues and getting your residency and all that. I don't know how that works. But to me, I'm very comfortable with where I live. Even Utah, like, I'll probably move out of Utah one day, but it's going to be a while. I'm just very used to Utah. I know everyone here, know all the places, know how to get around. It's simple. And then I still love like vacationing to California and other places, and it's more vacation mode, you know? If I actually lived there, I don't know, I'd probably fall in love with it still, but I would fear that it would just become the norm, and I wouldn't get so excited for the beaches and all the fun things in those areas, you know? But who knows? Maybe. I'm the worst one to share about these things because I've never really lived. I guess I did live in Colorado for a while, but like I'm not one to go and move and like experience all these different places and live here and live there and go all over the place. So I don't have the most experience in that, but yeah. Hold on, I want to see what you guys are talking about. Sorry, so late. Hi, Eskel. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Diana, remembering now how statistics was the only class in college I almost failed. It still doesn't click with my brain. I know, it's definitely confusing, and you're not the only one. There's so many people that take stats, and it's just like, goes right over their head. Denise says, Diana, I didn't fail it, but I cried through the whole semester. Dang, it's tough. It can be hard for sure. Oh, man. Yeah, some of the terminology might be wrong here. Flipping a coin is always 50-50 despite how many times it has come up heads in a row before that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, a coin is one of those things that is basically never changing. It's always 50% chance unless there's other variables that play in part, like someone perfects their coin flip, because I have learned of people that do that. They get really good at flipping the coin that they can count exactly the amount of rotations that they do, and then of course they predict the outcome and stuff like that. But yeah, somehow the door thing's just different. But the door thing does have a third variable, but it's still hard to comprehend how that third variable affects everything. But it's still fun. If any of you guys know other riddles like that, please let me know, and I'll share them in some of my other evening teas with Eskel, because these are fun. I like going through them, and me having to explain it helps me to like think even deeper about it and try to gain a better understanding. And I just want to get better at explaining things overall. So this is definitely a fun skill for me. Luckily, I can now... Oh, yeah, Leah's really lucky. She's got, like, dual citizenship in the UK and here in America. So she can live in either place, wherever she wants. I think that's so cool. Sweet. Okay. What else were we gonna talk about? Oh, prioritizing. Oh my goodness. This week in particular, I've been late to a lot of events, and people are always saying like, "Why you always are changing plans?" Like even up to the last minute, I'm like, "Oh, I need to hurry and do this. I need to do that, or can we reschedule this?" It's like I would not even be that surprised if like one day when I eventually, if I ever do get married, then it's like the night before my wedding, I'd even text like my future wife and be like, "So we still on for tomorrow?" And have to like confirm it right before, because like everything I do, at least in the past little while, it's like it's either planned or like at least confirmed or like reconfirmed just right before I'm supposed to be, or like getting ready or going to it. And it's like everything's just been so last minute and short notice, man. It's been wild. But yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with because I like doing a ton of stuff. I don't like to think that it's FOMO, but at least maybe to a small degree it might be. But a lot of it, I personally feel like, is just that I like to be busy. I like to be just going all over the place and not necessarily running around like a chicken with his head cut off and being like super stressed all the time and always late to everything. But I like the idea of just being always going and going, having things to do constantly, even if sometimes it gets rescheduled, rearranged, moved around and stuff, which is constantly happening with me in my life. But it's like something about it. I like just going and going. And when I have nothing to do, I get a little bit like antsy and want to schedule, like call people or reach out or like try to do more stuff. And it's like, I do run into phases though when I do get overbook myself or like have done so much, or especially when I'm doing a lot of like workouts that week or going to the gym or playing sports and stuff like that. Then by like the end of the week or a certain time throughout the week, I'm done, and I'll just kind of drop everything and just stop for a little while and go through a phase of just, I don't know, watching movies or just chilling at home, whatever. But then I always go right back to it. I rarely ever go very long of just chilling and not doing very much. And then I'm always scheduling new things, meeting up with more people, trying out more stuff, trying to film new things, going to new places. And yeah, just making the most of it, I guess, which I like it. I think I'm learning a lot from it, but sometimes it's just crazy. I need to figure out how to better like prioritize first of all, and then daily plan and schedule things and whatnot, because my memory is pretty bad too. So a lot of the times I'll be, okay, yeah, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to do that. And I'll forget about two of them and do like some of them and not the other ones. And then it's just, I have to be constantly reminded. And then sometimes people get mad at me. That's the worst. I hate when that happens. But especially with so many things happening all the time, I miss certain things. Like I missed one of my friend's birthday parties this last weekend, and that was kind of a bummer because like I still wanted to go. It's not like I cared about them any less, I still wanted to be there, wanted to go. I just had a lot of things going on, and especially weekends even get extra busy, so it's wild, you guys. But yeah, I think that's something everyone deals with though, so I don't know. What was I going to say on that though? It's just been a crazy week. But what else has happened? I've been getting a ton of scam calls. Do you guys get scam calls a lot? I think it's also because of my area code. Something about they'll target certain area codes for some reason. And I guess mine must be a scammer's paradise because I get lots of scam calls. One of my friends though, the other day, they were like, make sure you don't answer those scam calls. And I was like, what? I don't even answer my regular calls. Why would I answer an unknown caller? Like, there's no way. I don't ever answer them. I just get them all the time, and they're annoying because it still makes my phone vibrate. But then I just ignore them, and hopefully I should get like a caller ID scam blocker or whatever. But I don't know. I just haven't dealt with it. I just ignore them all. And to me, it's kind of interesting because my phone does say when it's like spam likely or whatever, if it's likely to be a scam call and whatnot. But it is interesting to me to see where they're coming from because the majority of the time it's Florida. I've had a couple from Arizona for some reason, but most of the time is Florida, a call coming from there when it says scam likely. But yeah. Okay, let's see what some of you guys are talking about. Ooh, Leah's asking about fitness. I like to pretend I'm a fitness guru. I like learning about it. I've watched dozens, so many of YouTube videos about fitness. I like watching that Alex Eubank guy. I like watching all these fitness influencers. I'm being like, yeah, I want to do that one day. That's so cool. I'm going to learn all their stuff. So I watch a ton. I learn about like body fat percentages and how to build lean muscle and all this stuff. But it's like putting it into practice is so hard. You can watch all the movies you want on it, but if you don't get yourself to the freaking gym, nothing's going to happen. I literally, for a while, I was like, okay, all I'm going to focus on for this entire month on fitness-wise is just body fat percentage, right? I want to get a decent body fat percentage because all these influencers are like, oh, don't worry so much about your weight, this and that. It's your body fat percentage because you need to know what is muscle and what's not muscle and what's fat and what's actually lean muscle and this stuff and that stuff. I'm like, flip. Okay, I at least narrowed it down to body fat percentage. I don't want to be like flipping 30% body fat, you know? So I was like, okay, I need to get it down. So I go and get this scanner. I went to this fancy gym, got my body scan, and it said I was at 22% body fat, right? So I'm like, okay, let's work on that. And so throughout basically months, well, it was like 6 weeks, roughly. I was trying so hard to lower my body fat percentage, watching all their YouTube videos, doing all the stuff they say, running, doing cardio, doing all these muscle workouts, all these things, going on the treadmill. I made myself do stair climbers on the treadmill every single time I went to the gym, and I hate cardio. I don't mind doing push-ups and pull-ups and like muscle building workouts too much, but treadmills, I absolutely hate. They are not fun. And the stair climbers are torture, you guys. But they say that it's really good for lowering your body fat percentage, so I did it every single time I went to the gym for those 6 weeks. I was trying super hard. And I lost 8 pounds, and I was like, whoa, I'm doing so good. Lost all this weight, this and that. It's going great. And then I go and get my body scan again, and it was literally like 1% lower. It went from 22% body fat to 21. And I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, frick, that means I have to lose 8 pounds for every body fat percentage I want to lose? Like, not really, but that's what I was thinking in my head. And I was like, that's crazy. Because first of all, my goal was to get to like 16, 15, which I know that's like crazy hard to do. But I was like, I'm going to do this. And I was like super motivated at the time. So I was like, that was my goal. I set a very high goal. And I was like, I'm going for it. And then after that, I was like, frick, there's no way. And I was trying to do the math in my head. Like if I wanted to get to even just 16%, that's 5% lower. So then 5 times 8, I need to lose that much weight. I'd just be nothing. There's no way. So I was like, okay, clearly I don't understand. Clearly I need to rethink all this and just, it was crazy. But anyways, what was I saying about that? That's my fitness experience, which isn't a lot of experience, but it's a lot of learning, going through the motions and learning from it and trial and error. That's what it is. A lot of that. We got some more donations. Woohoo! Thank you, Jay Snow. She says, airplane, car, beach, star. Heck yeah. So I'm guessing travel. Nice. Put that towards my travel fund, my next adventure. Thank you so much, Jay Snow. And Christina Fisher, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate that. All the donations that you guys send on here go towards reinvesting into either my videos or my next adventure that I'm going to do and film for you guys. So I really appreciate that. I love all the donations and the support to keep these going. It really, not only does it literally help pay for the things that I'm doing in my videos, but it motivates me and helps me to see how much you guys appreciate this and how supportive you guys are and how it's more of a community. And I'm doing all this stuff and being able to share it with you all and brighten all of you guys' day. So I love that. Thank you guys so much. I am just about to the end here, so we're going to wrap it up. I'll read the last couple of comments. And I didn't get back to Leah. Leah, I go to EOS. There's quite a few of those around here in Utah, so I like that one because I got multiple options to go to. They also are one of the cheapest gyms you can go to that still have like a pool and hot tub and things like that. So, yeah, I think EOS is a pretty cool fitness place to go to. Leah, careful, Eskel takes pre-workout with caffeine before working out. Denise, that's only kind of true. I only take one of them because pre-workout is already a type of caffeine. So I'll take my pre-workout or I'll take something with caffeine or an energy drink or something else. I like pre-workout more because they mix it with other like go-go juice stuff. I don't know. It's basically like caffeine, but they also have some other things they add, which I think is like a creatine and just other things that like give you energy. So yeah, it's just like caffeine on steroids or something. I don't know, but it's just pre-workout, so it's like, I don't know. It's not like, I don't think it's like that unhealthy for you. Of course, in a large amounts it can be, so I try to limit it. But I love the energy that it gives me, and my workouts are way more like satisfying, and I feel stronger. So I do crave it a lot, and every time I work out, I tend to have it because it just makes working out so much more worth it, and it gets me to the gym a lot of the times too. If I'm like tired or not feeling like working out, I just take a little of that and I just go. You guys, it's so fun. It's like a little secret weapon. I think I know which ERS is closest to you, but I'll have to check it out. Yeah, if you ever want to work out sometime, Leah, let's do it. Like I said, all of my stuff is just trial and error. I pretty much just do workout routines that YouTubers have shown on their channel and that look fun. So yeah, because for me, a lot of it is that if I can make it fun, then I'll do it way more often. And I really feel like I do enjoy working out when I don't take it extremely seriously. When I just go there just for the heck of it, go there so I can take my pre-workout and feel good. And then I just go to the gym and just do whatever I feel like that day and just have fun with it. It's the best. Yeah, BMI is a stupid since I didn't grow right. My BMI says I'm morbidly obese. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that's the thing. See, everyone, like, if you try to focus so much on like just your body fat percentage or just certain like one particular thing, then you can throw things off like crazy. You have to look at your overall health and make sure you're like, just keeping things in moderation and having good variety of everything. I feel like that's the best way to be healthy. But anyways, that's my 2 cents on that. Was there anything else? Oh, the motivational quote for today. This is perfect. I'm going to end it on this. Usually I start with it, but today we're ending on a motivational quote about priorities to hopefully help you all and me, just all of us, to focus on our priorities more and to plan and schedule and do a little bit better at, getting our lives figured out and still enjoying it though and having fun with it. But anyways, the quote says, the key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. Action expresses priorities. Our life is the sum total of all the decisions we make every day, and those decisions are determined by our priorities. Oh yeah, I love that. Sweet. Well, I think that's a perfect way to end this. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you all have a great week. I hope to all see you in my next live next Sunday. And this Wednesday, I'll be posting the part 2 of my the video of Amanda and I talking about my encounter with our dad and then going from there. So hope to see you guys there. Hope you have a great week and improve your priorities. So thanks, guys. Have a good one. Bye.